Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Pleasant High School and the Tiger Stadium here on the campus of Mount Pleasant High School. We are here for the Murray County Middle School Football Playoffs, the first round matchup between the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers and the Spring Hill Middle School Generals. My name is Mike Lyle. I'm here with Seth Campbell. We're going to bring you the action tonight. And Seth, it's playoff time, believe it or not.
Yeah. For some of the school, for the middle schools, our middle school families, it's playoff time. This is a little different for me and you. A little curveball that we're not exactly used to, but we're looking forward to it. Seeing some of the younger talent this evening in stormy Middle Tennessee.
This is the look at the future. This is the look at both coaches, both high school coaches are really interested in to see how these players develop and stuff. And over here, the last couple of years. With the revamping of the conference alignments, we have created a Murray County Middle School Conference, and it's been a pretty competitive conference. Last year, Whitthorne won everything, I believe, and then had a really, really big and well-played finals game out at Lindsey Nelson Stadium last year. I believe it was against CA, but it was a great game, a very entertaining game. We're here in the first round, so the winner of this game will play the winner of
Whitthorne and Battle Creek Middle Schools.
Whitthorne and Battle Creek, which are playing on another one of our live stream stations as well. And speaking of our live stream, you can pick us up on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, about any of the live stream platforms you want to use, or you can go to our website at the station at frontporchradiotn.com and click on the video tabs, and then just kind of scroll down until you see us, see the game being played here, and you can join us that way. So glad to have you tonight. It's really, at the moment, it's a nice night for football. We've had rain off and on all day, and unfortunately the forecast is calling for storms to roll in about 20-30 minutes after we're scheduled for kickoff. But with the new field turf here, the rain is not going to be an issue as far as the play. The Lightning, on their hand,
that's the issue. That's where all of us collectively have our fingers crossed that the Lightning stays away. Because we'd love to get this game in uninterrupted for the players, coaches, fans, and announcers. Announcers, we'd love to get it in uninterrupted, and we're looking forward to it. Like you said, this is a peek at the future for both Spring Hill High and Mount Pleasant High, and we have some players to watch. Talk to both coaches today, and I've been looking forward to this and seeing what we have. Mount Pleasant's undefeated on the year, so they're kind of the cream of the crop. They beat Whitthorne last week, and Whitthorne had quite the undefeated streak spanning multiple seasons, I believe.
Right, Coach Dickinson over there does a great job with the Whitthorne program. I'm going to get that out here in a little bit. Coach Pickett's had a good year this year, though, and was able to get his team together and beat them and get themselves into this playoff picture. Some of the Mount Pleasant Tigers to pay attention to tonight would be number 19, I believe, will be the quarterback, Ja'Kai Amos. Number 21, Luke Mobbs, will be a wide receiver. 24, Wesley Krim, and 22, DeMontes Gilbert, be running the ball for him. Number 4, Kyle Sweat. Number 3, Deontay Webster will also be contributors. For the Generals, really only 3 names that we were able to gather in our talking with the coaches beforehand. Number 1, Kamani McGowan is their quarterback, and they're, from what I understand, Mr. Everything. If he can get clear, that's kind of everything they're trying to do. Along with him, Camden Jarrett and Jake Yancey, number 4 and number 5. Will be people to watch for the Spring Hill Middle School Generals. You were watching. I was looking at my notes here and missed the
Mount Pleasant is going to receive. I believe they won the toss and they're going to receive.
All right, so we will be ready here shortly for the kickoff. again, we're coming into this. We don't really know a whole lot about either one of these teams other than they're both having really good years, really strong years, have some really good-looking athletes. Been watching them on the warm-ups, during the warm-ups here, and both of their quarterbacks are pretty good-sized young men.
Oh, yeah. We were looking at the Mount Pleasant quarterback a few minutes before we came on air, and he's just that 8th grader, Mr. Amos, Ja'Kai Amos, he's just head and shoulders above everybody else. And it's almost, Mount Pleasant's got some big folks, big middle schoolers out there, and Spring Hill does too. So we're going to, get this ball kicked off and started here in a few minutes, and as they're lining up for the national anthem.
According to talking to Coach Holland, the defensive coordinator for the Mount Pleasant Middle School team, he said that size-wise, he said on paper we're bigger. He says we're bigger, we're probably just as fast. He said, but that number 1 scares me. So we're going to step back a little bit here, and we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer for the national anthem. Little different rendition of that.
yeah, it sounded like maybe the Ray Charles rendition, and accents of a storm siren in the background as well. if you picked up on that, very, very nice though way to start the ball.
So both teams getting ready to do their run-throughs, what we call their run-throughs, and get on the field here. We'll be ready to go shortly. Tell you what, let's have a word from one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back in time for the kickoff. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
We thrive here at Merchandise Marketplace to give our customers the best experience, quality, and price. Anything from auto supply, tools and garden, to furniture, home decor, and self-care. Don't miss our daily deals Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Our doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your finds await at 1412 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia, Tennessee, Suite 20.
And we are just about ready for kickoff here at the Murray County Middle School Football Playoffs, the first round matchup between Mount Pleasant Middle School and Spring Hill Middle School. The winner of this game will play the winner between Whitthorne and
Battle Creek,
which are playing in Columbia right now as we speak. So,
oh, hang on. Whitthorne and Columbia Academy. I stand corrected. I gave you faulty information. Whitthorne and Columbia Academy.
Okay. Going back deep for Mount Pleasant, it's number 13, Landon Everly, and number 3, Deontay Webster. Kicking for Spring Hill will be number 85, Edie Hernandez. And folks, we are just about ready to get started here.
I'm ready. Let's go, guys.
Kick to the side, and it's almost an onside kick. One of the up men catches it and goes down immediately. Number 21, Luke Mobbs, caught the ball in the air, realized he had absolutely no blocking, so he went down quickly. And it's exactly what the coaches tell him to do up front. When they get that ball, get down and just protect it. Now Mount Pleasant starts with great field position at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10.
That was a good recovery by Luke there to just get his hands on it and go down right away. Not dropping it, not leaving it for a chance to Spring Hill to recover.
I think part of what they were trying to do was a little pooch, what's called a pooch kick, to where they could run under it. Didn't quite get it up in the air very much. Got trips to the left. And quarterback sweep to the right. Looks like he may have an edge. Pops through a couple of tackles. And brought down there by number 1, Kamani McGowan.
Didn't look like there was a whole lot on the edge, and he just kind of knifed through it and found some space, and good little first down game.
Found a little bit. It'll be now 2nd and 2 from the Spring Hill 44-yard line. Good little gain on 1st down.
I mean, he's a load, Coach. I mean, they're going to – I would hate to have to tackle him, and I'm a grown man.
Like we said, the Mount Pleasant line is just a little bit bigger than Spring Hill's line. Fullback dive, number 3 up the middle, gets grabbed by the shirt tail, but he keeps dragging people. Looks like he made it for the 1st down. Number 3, Deontay Webster, was the ball carrier right there. Had just a little bit of a seam, got a good seam. Someone grabbed the back of his jersey. I didn't get to see who that was.
They were hanging on for dear life, though, and they sure slowed him down some with that.
I think had he not had that shirt grabbed, though, he'd probably had a lot more gain on that. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Webster out
2
wide.
2 tight ends and a little bit of movement. Well, we're going to say it's a little bit of movement. The side judge here is signaling offsides. And looks like it's going to be offsides against Spring Hill. Lining up in the neutral zone. So that's going to make it 1st and 5 from the 36-yard line.
He indicated the guy lined up over the football, the young man, by a foot or so. I didn't see it. But
2 tight ends, wide receiver to the right. Quarterback keeper off tackle. Gets a little bit of a break outside. Brought down by number 2, Zion Johnson for Spring Hill. Again, it's Amos for another 1st down for Mount Pleasant. A good little opening to the series here, showing some control of the line of scrimmage. It's at the 30-yard line, right at the 30-yard line of Spring Hill on the right hash mark.
And Spring Hill's playing everybody pretty much up close. They're just expecting the run in some direction or another. I guess But we don't know the passing acumen of Mr. Amos.
In middle school, the passing game, it's unusual to have a passing quarterback in middle school. Now, they do have them, and I think this young man can throw it. Now, whether or not he's got people that can catch it is the question. Deontay Webster comes out wide to the left.
Ooh, bad snap. Oh, fumble.
Fumble forward, and now the question is, are they going to call that a pass? It was a forward handoff. But the ball it was just exchanged. It was not thrown. So I guess they're going to call that a fumble, and Spring Hill falls on it.
Let's take a look at it, and we can be the judge here on replay. It looked like a fumble to me, but I know what you're talking about with the pop passes nowadays.
Pop pass, and if he'd have done that, that would have been an incomplete pass.
He didn't get a good handle on the snap from the beginning. Yeah.
And who falls on it for Spring Hill?
50.
Number 50, which is Emilio Arcega. Spring Hill, direct snap to number 2, gets a little bit of a seam off the left side. That's Zion Johnson. Gets a good little gain here on their first play. Bring up 2nd and 4 from their own 38-yard line. Again, both teams coming into this game with some pretty strong offenses. The defense is going to have to make an adjustment, and probably it's going to be the quarterbacks that are going to be carrying the load.
And you don't want to turn the ball over like that. I mean, that's in any football game, no turnovers. And first drive they were driving too.
Quarterback sweep to the right, and no place to run right there. Tackle made by number 59, Caleb Hurth. Really good job by number 3 out here keeping the play from getting outside. Deontay Webster did a great job of turning the play back inside to the pursuit.
We'll take a look at it.
They just try to overwhelm him. They try to seal down. Number 3 comes out there and sees he doesn't let him have the outside, turns him back in. And now you have 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line. Spring Hill comes out twins to the left. And okay, I was going to say for a little bit, Mount Pleasant didn't look like they saw him, but
they got out there a little late.
And quarterback keeper to the left side, sweep, and really not much of a gain. Gains about 3 yards there. Kamani McGowan was the ball carrier. Brings up 4th down and about 6.5 for Spring Hill. And in middle school, this is always an adventure.
Yeah, we've often joked about the kicking game in high school. Well, now we're at the middle school, and let's see the punt game here.
You just don't get to practice it that much, and so you kind of hope.
Fingers crossed. Number 27 is the Spring Hill punter, and that's Jaden Silva. He's lining up deep.
And looks like Spring Hill's going to have to call a timeout. They don't have enough people out on the field. So, with a break in the action with 3:27 left in the first quarter, it is Spring Hill nothing, Mount Pleasant nothing. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Front Porch Sports Network.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me, painfree.com.
And welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School. We are in the first round of the Murray County Middle School football playoffs. Spring Hill Middle School versus Mount Pleasant Middle School. We got 3 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Spring Hill has 4th and 6. Line up for the punt. Got a good snap. Almost had it blocked.
Pretty good punt.
And takes a Spring Hill bounce and rolls dead at about the 32-yard line. Jakai Amos almost blocked that kick. If he had been at a little bit different angle, coming in front of the punter instead of coming up beside him, I know what he was afraid of. If he missed the ball and hit the punter, then that's a roughing call, and he doesn't want that. So he affected the kick a little bit, but not enough. Really got a big roll on this turf.
I know, when all's said and done, it was a good punt for a middle school punter, and it sure looked like Amos was going to block that thing, and somehow he didn't, and now a little field position flop there for
Mount Pleasant had a drive going until they fumbled the football in the first drive, so we're going to see if they can't get things rolling again here. Got 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. And quarterback sweep to the left, has a little bit of a seam, jukes up inside, gets hit, and is brought down by number 52 for Spring Hill. That's Elijah Taylor.
Tackle by number 52, Taylor.
That was a rough tackle. I think Amos is feeling it from Mount Pleasant.
Kind of caught up, saw the break, tried to cut up inside of it and cut right back up into that tackle. So now it comes up with 2nd and 4. Got 2 minutes and 47 seconds and counting. Middle school, these quarters move fast. They're only 8-minute quarters, so you're going to have to make some things happen quickly. Number 3, Deontay Webster at quarterback now. Direct snap to him, off tackle to the right. Sees the seam, breaks through a couple of tackles, and he gets clear down the sideline and runs into number 1, Kamani McGowan for Spring Hill, but a huge pickup for Deontay Webster off the right side of the Mount Pleasant Middle School line there. Great job giving him a little bit of a seam, then he makes a cut back to the left.
Let's take a look at it.
You see him get a little bit of a seam right there, then he sees that break to the left and then breaks a couple of tackles.
19 sealed it.
And then just takes off running up the sideline until they hem him in. So a really good job there by the Mount Pleasant offense. Full house backfield.
That's a
power eye.
That's a
straight ahead dive up the middle. Just a power play.
No question.
To Webster.
Where that ball was going.
And they just bulldozed their way for about 11 yards and another first down. Great job there by the Mount Pleasant front right there, just creating a big seam. And then he had those 2 big lead blockers in front of him.
And with this size differential, with Mount Pleasant being larger, I was wondering if they were just going to be able to push Spring Hill off the ball and pick up runs like that in the previous run. And that's what it looks like they're intent on doing.
Got a minute 35 and counting here in this first quarter. Got number 3 back now. And off tackle to the left side, gets up in the seam, gets a little bit outside, and is dragged down from behind by number 52 for that's Elijah Taylor for Spring Hill. But another good gain and another first down for the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers, doing a really good job now creating seams. And they're really nothing fancy about this. It's just power football, off tackle and up the middle. And they're just kind of daring Spring Hill to stop them.
Yeah, he had the ball out a little bit at the end of that run. I was worried about ball security for Amos there, but he brought it back in. If you're Spring Hill, you need to be swiping at that, trying to get it loose.
Amos back at quarterback now, shotgun. Webster to his right. Quarterback sweep to the right. And he gets it back up inside. Doesn't get the block he's needing there this time. Gets to about the 10-yard line where it's going to be second down and about 5.5 or 6. 20 seconds left in the quarter and counting. So I have a feeling Mount Pleasant's just going to let the clock run down here and not getting any big hurry.
Great block on that last play by number 57 for Mount Pleasant, Xavion Dobbins, offensive lineman, 8th grader. He's a large fella out there, and he really did a good job blocking.
And they don't get the snap off before the end of the quarter. So at the end of 1, it is Mount Pleasant Middle School 0, Spring Hill Middle School 0. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School and Tiger Stadium here on the campus of Mount Pleasant High School. We are here for the Murray County Middle School football playoffs in the first round here. Mount Pleasant Middle School versus Spring Hill Middle School. Seth, in that first series, there's only 3 possessions.
I know. Buckle up. These quarters go quick in middle school, like you said, and we are trying to outrun the rain.
With a few there's only a few passes, and really I don't think anybody has attempted a pass yet, so the clock runs pretty quickly here. Mount Pleasant has 2nd and about 6 at the 10.5-yard line, or right on the 10-yard line. Got Webster back with Caleb Hurth beside him, probably as a lead blocker.
Saw a little flinch there on the right side.
And a little bit of pre-snap penalties. Again, things that will drive coaches nuts at any level. That sets it back to about the
10?
14.
Oh, yeah.
14-yard line. It's going to be now 15-yard line, excuse me. 2nd and 11. Quarterback keeper to the right side, and this time Spring Hill sniffs it out and shuts it down.
That was Deontay Webster back in the backfield.
Yeah, Elijah Taylor made the tackle for Spring Hill. So it's going to be 3rd and about 11. Again, the clock running is 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half. Mount Pleasant doesn't seem to be in too big a hurry. Of course, they like to eat the clock up and keep the ball out of Spring Hill's hands if they come up with a score here. That's going to be the key.
I noticed the same thing. Very distinct pace is how we'll put it.
Ja'Kai Amos, direct snap back to the fullback, and he mishandles the snap. There's a fumble on the ground, and there's a big scramble for it. Spring Hill says they have it, and
they do.
The referees say they have it too as well. Again, Mount Pleasant gets all the way down here and fumbles away their opportunity.
It looked like, I didn't get it on the replay, Coach Mike, but it looked like that ball was on the ground for a little bit. A couple different defenders and some offensive linemen had the opportunity to fall on it, and it wasn't falling on right away, and Spring Hill did manage to pull it out there. Second turnover, and on the second opportunity, Mount Pleasant was really in the red zone, too.
And both times they were trying to do something different than what got them down there. That's going to be the key here. They just need to quit trying to fool them and just, in a sense, beat them up. Okay, our first pass attempt, straight drop back, number 1, and then he gets flushed out and tackled there by Kyle Sweat for Mount Pleasant. Good job getting him around the ankles that time. Kamani McGowan dropped back to pass, got flushed out of the pocket quick. And I have a feeling that's what you'll see. Is he's going to get one look. If his man isn't open, he's going to tuck it and go.
Yeah, I don't. Like you said earlier, most middle school quarterbacks aren't reading the field very well, or even expected to.
Yeah, they're just learning how to do that. Now, 2nd and about 9.5 with 6 minutes and 38 seconds and counting. Quarterback Sweetens an option to the right and gets met at the line of scrimmage. They force the pitch back to his pitch man, and then a whole host of Tigers meet number 2, Zion Johnson, the ball carrier right there. I saw a whole bunch of tacklers right there. Just met him at the line of scrimmage, and now this is in middle school, this is where you want people. 3rd and about 10. Again, passing games are not all that refined, and so you got a lot of wiggle room here as far as stopping the running game. What you got to do is stop the main man, which is number 1, McGowan. He's going to roll to the right, handoff to number 4, and he gets pushed out long ways. Gets pushed out at about the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and about 6.
He's chased out of bounds by number 22, Demontez Gilbert. Forced down, but there's a flag on the play.
I didn't see. Oh, there is a flag. I didn't see that flag right away.
Flag on the play. Illegal shift by Spring Hill. And Mount Pleasant's going to decline that. And I think they're going to decline that and force 4th down here. So it's going to be 4th down and about 6, I believe, once they get the down mark removed. 4th and about 7.
We have one offensive lineman for Spring Hill Middle, Emilio Arcega, number 50, and he's got bright yellow shoes, and they look like flags. So I'm nice shoes, Emilio, but they're throwing me off, man.
And Spring Hill calls another timeout. Again, some confusion on their punt team. So they're having to call a timeout. We're going to stay right here for this one and wait for this timeout, because it's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty short once they get their team figured out. But again, 2 drives by Mount Pleasant to get all the way down to about the 15-yard line, and then they do something different than what got them down there, Seth. That's the part that's kind of frustrating for me as an old coach. Is there's an old adage, called "dance with the one that brung you," and they tried to do something different on, the forward handoff down here, fumbled it. They tried to do a direct snap to their fullback, number 59, Caleb Hurth, who is a converted guard. He's a good blocker, and they put him back there at fullback for power situations. And I know they want to give him the ball, but
and head coach Corey Pickett is preaching ball security right now. He's got to be preaching that on the sidelines. And
Mount Pleasant gets away from the punt.
Another pretty good one.
Another good roll. Gets back to about the 49-yard line of Mount Pleasant. So Mount Pleasant's going to start again in good field position at the Spring Hill 49-yard line with 5 minutes and 39 seconds left in the half. Again, we need to see, again, if they get the drive this time, they need to finish off. They need to cap it off.
You got to be a little disappointed if you're a Mount Pleasant Middle School Tiger fan right now, because it seems like they should be up 2 scores, and the score is still 0-0, and they've dominated the game, so to speak. Offensively, they've moved the ball really well. They just can't hang on to it when it's time to punch it in.
And the rain that we anticipated might be coming is starting to fall, which all of a sudden you're starting to see a lot of umbrellas being popped up here.
The international sign of rain. That's the umbrellas come up.
Full house backfield. And a power to the left side to Webster. Tries to bounce it outside, and nothing there.
Zion Johnson.
Probably what he should have done right there is just drop the shoulder and get what he could get right there. Tackle made by, Zion Johnson for Spring Hill. They did a pretty good job just stacking the lineup right there, and he tried to bounce it outside and gave too much ground to do it.
Yeah, good wrap up by him, not letting him get away from him.
They gave him a generous spot. They gave him back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
I thought he lost 1 or 2.
And waiting for the play to come in.
Yeah, let's not undersell. I mean, Spring Hill Middle has come out here with some grit to them too. They're
swarming
the ball.
Team. You don't get into the playoffs by being a slouch. So trips to the right, motion to the right, hand off to number 24.
This guy will.
Wesley Krim, and
they threw a flag on it.
Got a flag right there. 52. Elijah Taylor makes the tackle right there to get it.
We got it on replay. Let's see it. It's pretty violent how he was.
Gets the motion, just a jet sweep. Yeah, got the side of the helmet right there and pulled him down by it. So that's going to be a major face mask penalty. I think all face mask penalties now have turned into major penalties. Back when I was still coaching and playing, you had a minor face mask where you just kind of raked across it and didn't do anything. That was a 5-yard. Then they had a 15. I think they've turned all face mask penalties now into 15-yard penalties.
I haven't seen the
which is good for the safety of the players. Amos at quarterback. Sweep to the left, gets a little bit of a seam, turns upfield, and it's just dragging people with him right there. Another first down, and a good, very simple run right there. Puts them back inside the red zone. This is where they start having their problems. They try to get away from what got them there. Just a really good hole there by the left side of the Mount Pleasant line. Got 4 minutes and 9 seconds and counting here in the first half. Mount Pleasant on the move for the third time tonight. We're going to see if they can cap it off. Again, full house backfield, power I. Hands off to the right side, straight up the middle, and there's no one there. Just a bulldozer for a line, and touchdown, Mount Pleasant. Deontay Webster with almost walks into the end zone, has a great hole to run through right there. Again, power I, and this is what they do best. They just seal that whole right side down, kick out a block, and there's no one left there to tackle him. He outruns the safety to the end zone.
And that was big Xavier Dobbins kind of on that right tackle spot that just pushed everybody back and did a good job giving them plenty of space to run.
So here with 3 minutes and 51 seconds, Mount Pleasant takes the lead. They're going to go for 2. As is the usual in middle school. Direct snap to Webster and goes off the right side again. Fumbled as he went across, and we recovered it in the end zone. Number 21, Luke Mobbs, recovered it for the extra point. So with 3 minutes and 51 seconds in the half, Mount Pleasant takes the lead 8-0 over the Spring Hill Generals. Seth, we'll stay right here because it looks like they're getting ready to. Spring Hill's already got about half their receiving team out there.
Yeah, Spring Hill's going to have to find a way to generate some points to keep pace because it was a matter of time. The 2 turnovers, if you're a Spring Hill fan, that's great. But Mount Pleasant was moving the ball pretty much at will up until that. You got to generate some offense here if you're Spring Hill.
I think Coach Pickett finally said, okay, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
We've been moving the ball all up and down the field. Let's just finish the job here. Stay with what got us here and just bulldozes into the end zone right there. So a great drive by the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers. Takes the lead, and as fast as these games go, that can be a commanding lead, especially if the defense keeps playing like it has been.
Yeah, coming up here in this, with halftime looming, 8-0 is pretty good. Definitely with Spring Hill Middle just failing to move the ball thus far.
But again, special teams and players. In middle school, it is the Jimmies and Joes that make the difference. In Spring Hill, Kamani McGowan has a big player. They try to pooch kick and doesn't get the 10 yards. Goes out of bounds 9 yards deep, so that's going to be a penalty right there.
Luke Mobbs kicking for the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
Tried to do the same thing. I think that's the same thing that Spring Hill was trying to do a while ago. He got it up in the air a little bit more, but didn't get it far enough down the field. So if they enforce this like I think they're going to, yeah, they'll mark 5 yards from there, from where it went out of bounds, because it's outside the 35-yard line.
You'll take that if you're Spring Hill. That's great starting field
Spring
position.
Hill in business at the Mount Pleasant 44-yard line. First down with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the half. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Straight drop back, and he passes over the middle. He's got his receiver there in the middle of the field and tackled, brought down there by number 13 for Mount Pleasant, Landon Everly. That was from McGowan to catching number 14 right there for Spring Hill, Jay Valentine.
And we'll take a look at it right here, Coach. That was a pretty pass here.
Gets time from his line, doesn't get the rush, stands tall, throws it across the middle right there. Makes a good catch and a good solid tackle. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Quarterback sweep to the right, cuts back upfield, and not much there. Met at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Bryson Turner for Mount Pleasant. And again, as we said, as number 1, Kamani McGowan goes, so goes Spring Hill. Mount Pleasant knows that. They're keying on him. And that's kind of what opened up the pass a while ago.
Yeah. I mean, that was a nice little offensive movement there for Spring Hill.
They get that big play and get themselves down here close to the scoring area. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver wide to the left. Quarterback sweep to the left, miss a tackle there, and now it's a foot race, and they're not going to catch him. They get to the corner of the end zone,
Touchdown.
And he gets into the end zone right there. And McGowan scores for the Generals with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half. Again, this is what we were talking about. It can turn on a dime if you miss a tackle or you don't get that sealed off.
Let's take a look at it was such a long play. We get the tail end of it. But he does a great job just getting to that left edge and just turning on the jets and outrunning everybody for a touchdown.
What Mount Pleasant had been able to do was keep that edge and not let him turn the corner. That time he was able to turn the corner, and he was able to outrun the defensive backfield, which is exactly what Coach Holland was talking about, that they felt like they could keep him contained, but if he ever broke containment, it was going to be a foot race that they couldn't win.
And Coach Amos for Spring Hill was talking to me before the game, and that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to be able to get him on the outside and get him in some open space.
Okay, Spring Hill's attempt for 2. McGowan's under center, and they do the tush push, just trying to bulldoze it. And I think Mount Pleasant's holding it. Well, it's moving, it's inching forward. And waiting for a signal from the referees, and they said he got in. Big mass of bodies right there. They had a hard time getting it figured out.
We got a Spring Hill general down.
Spring Hill man down. It was at the bottom of that pile. It was just a mass of humanity. Not real sure who it is.
70-something.
So with 2 minutes and 28 seconds, Spring Hill ties the game up here 8-8.
It's number 77, Rayela Ocampo.
Okay, don't know what happened. He kind of got caught up under that pile. I mean, there was
when you have one of those
22. There was 22 men in a pile right there.
He's good.
He kind of got caught up under it, and I think he just got squashed.
Well, when you have a scrum like that, you don't want to be in the nucleus of it. But good job by Spring Hill keeping those feet churning and literally inching over that to tie this ball game.
Probably not quite as efficient as the Eagles used to be with that play, but they got the job done. That.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if I've really seen it executed like that. Definitely not at this level. So props to Spring Hill for busting it out.
And Mount Pleasant had it stopped for a little bit if they had a couple of people to follow up into the pile and push it back themselves, but they weren't able to do it. So game gets tied just that quick. And again, you see who the big guns are for Spring Hill, and you see that Mount Pleasant has their hands full right now.
Yeah.
If he can make the break. Oh yeah, everybody lined up on the wrong side here real quick, so they got to make the switch.
I didn't know if they were calling
the adventures of middle school football.
I didn't know what they were calling there for a second. That's
I thought we were playing the make it take it rules. You just flip sides and go. No, that's
they almost got away with it right there too. Both teams they were happy to line up where they were. Good turnout on a rainy night, on a rainy Tuesday night here in Mount Pleasant.
And the rain's faded out now.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the radar junior meteorologist report, and it's we got some ugly stuff down in Summertown right now, and we're hoping that it misses us.
The kicker for Spring Hill is angled for an angle kick over to their sidelines, and
that's false.
What in the world is that?
Oh,
that's the first time I've ever seen that, and I think. Do you see a flag on that?
No, it looked like it should have been offsides. Well,
no one crossed the line, but he goes up and he touches kind of resets the football.
Let's take a look at it.
That's a first time I've ever seen a kicker do that.
I think someone crossed the line.
And then he pooch kicks it, and they almost get the funny bounce.
Very.
It's the first time I've seen that happen.
Very interesting. I thought they were a little hesitant after he pooch kicked it. I mean, you let it go 10 yards, but you got to be on
Number
it when
52,
it's 11.
DeQuan Hale did a good job of securing the ball and getting down to protect himself.
And props to Coach Amos for Spring Hill for trying different things to try to get the win tonight.
Okay, straight drop back. Mount Pleasant makes their first chance. They got a man open, and number 3, Webster, has it on the pass, and he will score running away on the first pass for Spring Hill. They just a simple go route, and they get behind the defensive backfield, and Amos hits him in perfect stride. Drive it, good protection. Takes a good step up and hits him right in stride. A perfect pass and a big play. Goes almost 55 yards for a touchdown, and that puts Mount Pleasant up with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the half. Right now it's 14-8, pending the 2-point attempt here.
I wasn't expecting that. I'll be honest with you, Coach. My camera hand was a little shy. I was expecting a little run up the gut or something, and he aired it out on first down.
And now Mount Pleasant's going to try their version of the tush push.
Oh,
they pushed it in. They bulldozed that in pretty easily right there. And so now with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the half, it is Mount Pleasant 16, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsors. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. And we're back here pending the kickoff following that quick strike by the Mount Pleasant Middle School offense. Amos just drops back, takes a couple, lets him clear the defensive backfield. There, gets a step on the corner, and really a beautiful pass. Hits Webster, Deontay Webster, right in stride.
Well, yeah, we've had an offensive explosion in the second quarter. It was 0-0 going in, and now we've had 24 points put on the scoreboard just in the second quarter alone. I guess these teams have found their footing, and we've turned into a little track meet. Let's see if Spring Hill can answer.
Luke Mobbs is going to be kicking. Tries a little pooch kick over here to the side and kicks it out of bounds. We're not able to get to it. He was kind of hoping that DeMontes Gilbert might have a chance to get there in time. It's an attempt. What they're trying to do is kick that up high enough to where we have a chance to get up under that, and once it goes 10 yards, it's a free ball.
I wonder if that works in practice. Because
we tried something similar to that when I was coaching in the middle school, and it's tough. It's tough for that kicker to get the ball up high enough to do that. We kind of end up going to the squib kick to see if we could make something happen that way.
That's what we were running to. Not very seldom do we pooch it, but we didn't really have anybody to pooch it. We would just squib kick it and get down there and cover.
So Spring Hill now takes over at the Mount Pleasant 49-yard line. And again, what they're going to have to do, stop number 1. That's going to be the key. Make somebody else besides him beat you. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. And quarterback sweep to the right. He gets outside and gets the corner. And now it's a foot race. Just exactly what they were worried about. Webster makes the tackle at about.
It's coming back, Coach. I think it's coming back. I saw a holding on the edge.
And got a flag back here at about the 49-yard line. A holding call that's going to bring that back. Again, McGowan gets free on the side.
I think it was number 2 for Spring Hill out here, and you see the hold right there on number 21.
He doesn't let him turn to get out there. You're taught as a blocker to keep your hands in tight, and if you can, but when he pulls away from you, you got to let go.
Yeah, Zion Johnson just got his hands on our Mount Pleasant Luke Mobbs and didn't let go. It's pretty obvious. I figured they'd throw the flag, and when I looked back, there it was.
So now you got, since the penalty was right at the line of scrimmage, marked 10. It's what we call a spot foul, marked from the spot of the foul. So it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Spring Hill 41-yard line.
How much time is left in the quarter?
We got 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the half. Mount Pleasant gets a break, and they're going to call a timeout. They saw something they wanted to make sure they make an adjustment to. So, again, with 2 minutes and 7 seconds, it is Mount Pleasant 16, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we're back here at the first round of the Murray County Middle School football playoffs. A semifinal game between Mount Pleasant Middle School and Spring Hill Middle School. The winner to go face the winner between Whitthorne and Columbia Academy. They're playing in Columbia tonight, so I'm not real sure when that game is supposed to be played. It'll be sometime next week. But like you said, you know, in the first quarter, not much scoring. You got both teams kind of feeling each other out. Second quarter, they kind of opened up the floodgates. Yeah, and a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, Spring Hill has found their offense too. If not for that hold, we're looking for, they'd be down in the red zone too. So let's see if they can. They're gonna need a pop play because it's first and very long.
1st and 20 at their own 41. Straight drop back. Sets, looks, and throws it deep. He's got a man behind him. If he can just catch up to the ball and just can't get to it.
Coach, I'd try that again if I was Spring Hill. He had him.
But looked like he had, I'm trying to see the number that was on the receiver.
Is that 14? Maybe?
Got behind Wesley Krim.
Jay Valentine, I believe.
I believe you're right on that. Jay Valentine, he had him open. Just overthrew him a little bit. Both quarterbacks showing good arms right here.
I know he threw that a mile.
So 2nd and 20. 2 receivers to the right. Motion. Handoff to number 4. Camden Jarrett, and gets turned back inside. This time they sealed off the corner. Number 4 did a good job. Kyle Sweat sealing off the corner and doesn't let him get outside.
At 59, Caleb Hurth.
Tackle made by 59, Caleb Hurth. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Again, if you're the Mount Pleasant defense, you know number 1 is going to have to do something with it. Keep your eyes on him. Number 14 up at the top, Jay Valentine. Straight drop back throw. Throw a post pattern. Had his man open there. He just turned too quick.
They would have set up a manageable 4th down.
Yeah, that was Malik Baxter that dropped the pass, hit him right in the bad spot, right between. Well, I'd say between the numbers is a single digit. So
in the nucleus of the number. Yeah, there we go.
Deontay Webster goes back for Mount Pleasant. It's going to be 4th and 15. Spring Hill lines up for the punt.
Jaden Silva, once
again. Mount Pleasant needs to watch. Again, you never know in middle school.
They've almost got a hold of this punt twice now. Let's see if they can get a piece of it this 3rd time. Nope.
And he kicks at an angle. Webster really showing some courage right there. Runs up and takes it on the run, literally right in front of
maybe some ill-advised courage.
I don't know that he really ever saw the guy coming.
But, to his credit, Spring Hill's really benefited from 2 good rolls on punts, so he made sure that wasn't going to roll.
Yeah. Probably when he gets to the sideline or gets at halftime, the coach is going to say, hey, wave that arm. Yeah. Take that fair catch. Don't risk it. But with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the half, Mount Pleasant gets the ball at their own 43-yard line. See if they can get another big play here and push a score across and take a two-possession lead. 3 receivers to the right. And the rain starts coming down again. Handoff inside. and he gets to the edge, almost gets the corner turned right there. Number 24, Wesley Krim, takes the forward handoff from Amos, and it's going to be good enough for a first down. He got a little bit of an inside cut, got a good kick out block right there, and was able to get a good inside out cut.
That rain's really starting to come down,
and now the rain's
Coach.
coming down with some force,
But just
which is going to affect the way, now the ball's going to become even more hard to handle.
Yeah.
Or harder to handle. So you're probably going to see less and less handoffs. Direct snap to Webster. Off tackle power to the left side. Follows behind Hirth. And gets about 6 yards. And with 54 seconds left, Mount Pleasant calls a timeout. And we'll be right back after these messages. It's Mount Pleasant 16, Spring Hill 8. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
With 53 seconds left and a driving rain now coming down. Probably going to see some pretty, I would think, relatively safe play. Now they may surprise me here. Motion to the left and a double handoff.
Flag on the play.
Had 2 men in motion. He's got the edge right there and a blocker out in front, and he's going to make it to the end zone. And I do not see any flags back here. We kind of got away. We kind of got away with a motion.
I think they're calling a shift.
Yeah, there was an illegal shift. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was an illegal shift there. Had 2 men in motion. The man, number 24, Wesley Krim, started coming back too quick. We had 2 men in motion right there.
I initially saw them throw the flag, but then I couldn't find it after the play.
I didn't see it in the field right there. Probably landed. So I thought you saw that young man's shoes again.
Well, now I'm seeing ghosts because I second-guessed myself, and then I saw them signal the shift, and I didn't even think to hit the replay button because I was looking for that darn flag. I'm going to blame the shoes.
All right, so it's 2nd and 10 with 41 seconds left in the half.
Let's see what they do here. Probably a real
Amos
conservative call with
back
this
in
rain.
shotgun. Webster beside him. Bring in motion. Low snap, and he can't quite find the handle on it. Now there's a scrum, and it looks like Amos got it back. Yeah, it looks like Amos got it back, so it's going to be third and about 14.
I wouldn't be opposed to just taking a knee here and going into half.
There's 16 seconds left, and it's counting. So my guess is they're just going to stay in the huddle and let this count down and not take a chance. But
timeout.
Okay.
Yes, interesting call, but
coach calls a timeout with 7 seconds left. 3rd and 13.
Maybe just an opportunity to throw just a little chili pepper down there into the end zone and hope you come up with it.
I'm of the opposite opinion. I think, Seth, he is going to tell them, make sure you hang on to this and do not, secure the snap. I don't care what happens. I'm not worried about gaining yards. Secure the snap, take a knee, and let's get out of here. Again, he could have let the clock run down. I'm not real sure why he's risking taking a snap here. Unless, like you said, he's got designs on taking the shot and seeing what they can do with it. Because if they can get a 2-touchdown lead going into halftime with this rain, it's going to be difficult for Spring Hill to make a comeback if they can contain McGowan. That's going to be the question. Can they contain McGowan? It's a very, very swift young man once he gets out on the edge.
He's a smooth operator, too. He runs with almost a glide to him. Not real herky-jerky, just he glides around the edge.
Okay, Amos comes up under center here. Power I.
I think they're taking your advice, Coach.
No, they're play action pass. They've got a man open. I think they kind of did a little bit of both. You're going to catch them thinking that they're going to try to just take a knee and get out of here. Had Landon Everly with a step on him, just couldn't quite make the connection on the pass.
Yeah. Then when I saw the power I, the heavy backfield there, I assumed they were just going to run it up the gut and
I
call
think
it
they were
out.
hoping Spring Hill would assume the same thing and go to sleep.
My camera operating skills assumed the same thing, and that the receiver beat the camera.
We'll get better.
Yeah, I just keep telling myself that.
All right, 2 seconds left in the half. I don't think Mount Pleasant's going to risk a punt right here. And a low snap.
Let's go down, brother.
And he picks it up, runs the clock out to the right. Again, kind of got away with something there. But with so at halftime, Mount Pleasant is leading Spring Hill 16-8 in this first round of the Maury County Middle School Football Playoff. Some fireworks in the second quarter, and then some pretty sloppy play once the rain started.
Yeah,
I think that kind of changed the tone of things.
That ball was a little bit slick for the young athletes, student athletes out there, and we saw it hit the ground quite a bit, definitely from Mount Pleasant side.
So we're going to go listen to some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back here shortly. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
We're at halftime here at Mount Pleasant High School for the Maury County Middle School Football Playoffs in the first round matchup here between Mount Pleasant Middle School and Spring Hill Middle School. Seth, when the coaches came in today, come to the game, you were able to catch up with both of them and get a chance to talk with both of them. Let's hear what they have to say today.
Okay, good deal. We'll start with Coach Pickett here at Mount Pleasant Middle School. He filled us in on some important things to his program, and then next we'll go to Coach Amos at Spring Hill Middle. This is Seth Campbell with the Front Porch Sports Network. I'm sitting here today with head coach of the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers, Coach Corey Pickett. Coach Pickett, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Doing well. So you've had a good season so far. Give us some highlights of the season for maybe people watching and listening that aren't familiar with the middle school program. Just what are some highlights that y'all have had so far this season?
Well, we've won every game. So
You can't get any better than that, can you? So you're undefeated going into this game against the Spring Hill Middle School Generals. Give us some players to watch in this contest today.
definitely, right now our quarterback, Ja'Kai Amos, he's had a great season running the ball. And Deontay Webster's kind of our workhorse. He's been a stud for us this year. He's got 13 touchdowns, over 800 yards rushing. Caleb Hurth, he's a big help on the offensive line and in the backfield on offense, lead blocking for both of those boys. He's going to have him a big night. Also, he's our middle linebacker on defense, so look for him calling our defense and flying around everywhere out there. And also, DeMontez Gilbert, he's been a great player for us on defense in the secondary this year. He's come up, made a bunch of tackles, he's made a bunch of picks. He's just been a great player for us on defense too. So that's the guys we kind of game plan and let them know, hey, we're looking for this and you guys go get them.
Awesome. And what is it going to take finally just to win this game today? What is it going to take from the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers?
We got to make sure we set the edge on defense and control their running game. Don't let them get outside. I think we'll be okay if we can just set the edge. And then offensively for us, we just got to protect the ball and do what we've been doing all season.
Good luck, Coach. Go get them.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you.
This is Seth Campbell with Front Porch Sports Network. I'm sitting here today with the head coach of the Spring Hill Middle School Generals, Coach Amos. Coach, for the people not familiar with the middle school program up there at Spring Hill, tell me how y'all's season has gone, some highlights maybe of the season.
I mean, we've definitely had some highlights. We've had some lowlights as well. But, I think what would a football season be without, some adversity? And I think our team has done a great job responding to adversity. First two games we played Harris Middle School and Lewisburg Middle School. And respectively, those are really good teams. I think Lewisburg Middle School right now is 8-0. So that definitely set the bar and set the tone for us on how we need to approach games and how the type of intensity we need to bring when we play football games. Following game, we played Whitthorne Middle School. And I think that's where we really began to find our footing there on what our rhythm is on offense and just how to dominate on defense. And following that, we played E.A. Cox. E.A. Cox, that was our homecoming game. Very good turnout. It was a really good game, really good defensive showing. Offense definitely did a good job putting points up. And then after that, last week we played Battle Creek. Battle Creek was a seeding game for the playoffs. So that's how we're at right now.
Gotcha. Give us some players to watch tonight, maybe some of your playmakers throughout the year.
Throughout the year, on offense, Kamani McGowan, number 1. That's our quarterback. Number 4, Camden Jarrett. He's a receiver. He plays some running back on offense as well. Jay Valentine, and all these young men are 8th graders as well. Jay Valentine, that's another young man that plays receiver for us as well. He has some big play potential. But on defense is I could talk all day about defense. I could talk all day about defense on the guys I have on the defense side of the ball. Start up front with 2 8th graders, Emilio Arcega and Elijah Taylor. Those are 2 defensive tackles. They just collide the B gap. They just kind of stop any kind of ball carrying going through the B gap. Second level, my linebackers, inside linebacker, Ethan Martin and Jake Yancey. Those are 2 respectable young men. They run to the football. I mean, and they do everything you ask them to do. And then on my at secondary, we have Zion Johnson. We have Jay Valentine once again. Kamani plays the safety for us. And then our other safety is Raiden Durenberg, excuse me. And, those guys, they kind of tie up things on the back end for us. And then our 2 ends are Everett Cahill and, again, Camden Jarrett. He plays our other end.
And what's it going to take to come out of here with a win tonight, Coach?
I mean, I think we hit a point in the season right now where we're just we're really rolling on all cylinders. And, I'm a big believer in, keeping that momentum and, doing the things that got us here, not getting the kids out of routine or out of any, I mean, don't get me wrong, you do have to adjust, depending on, what's going on in the game. But, you also want to keep it consistent for the kids. You also want to make sure things are consistent.
Absolutely, Coach. Go get them tonight.
Thank you.
This is Seth Campbell with Front Porch Sports Network.
And Seth, both coaches ended up being pretty prophetic right there as you talked to them. Just pretty much what we've talked about with Mount Pleasant's defense, Coach Pickett bringing up The idea that the defense has got to set the edge. When they do set the edge, they're able to stop McGowan. When they don't set the edge, he gets his chance. He gets out there.
Yeah, he knew what he was talking about.
And so, of course, Coach Amos there for Spring Hill, kind of the epitome of team football. I think he named the whole team at one time or another.
You could tell he's really passionate about his defense, and he made sure to give his defense all lots of credit. And to like you said, prophetic, because some of these guys, he said number 50 Emilio Archega and number 52 Elijah Taylor, and those guys have popped on the defensive line. They've made running up the middle difficult for Mount Pleasant.
All right, we're at halftime of this playoff first round middle school county playoff tournament game. We'll be right back. I'm getting my tongue tangled up right there. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Tripp Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We're back here at the Murray County Middle School Football Playoff tilt between the Mount Pleasant Middle School Tigers and the Spring Hill Middle School Generals. The score is 16-8 in favor of Mount Pleasant. Seth, what's it going to take for Spring Hill to get themselves back in this game, you think?
Well, I mean, they've had their best plays getting their playmakers on the edge. We've seen the speed. They have some team speed, and we also saw a play where they had Jay Valentine, number 14, just get some separation deep in the secondary. And if I was a Spring Hill Middle coach, I would take another shot at Valentine deep and see if he can jump up and get a jump ball, definitely early, and try to tie this thing up and reverse and get some momentum for the second half. That's what I like. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, on the other side of the ball, Mount Pleasant is going to have to get their playmakers going again. They had them going here in the first part of the game and just literally bulldozed Spring Hill out of the way in many regards. And I think if they'll get back to that, they can control this game. The other thing on defensively, though, they're going to have to figure out a way to set the edge against McGowan.
Yeah.
They cannot let him get outside, or cannot let anybody get outside. They talked about Camden Jarrett and then Valentine again. Of course, your defensive backs kind of get caught in no man's land there because they're worried about setting the edge, and then a guy runs behind them. Typically, defenses set the edge with their outside linebackers, and so you're going to have to get that edge set. Do not let him turn that corner, because when McGowan turns that corner, he gets tough and it gets fast, and he's hard to catch up to. He's hard to bring down. As long as he's running sideways, he's not hurting him.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the key, is keeping him from turning that corner, set that edge, keeping him from turning the corner. Offensively, I think, again, I go back to that old adage, dance with the one that brought you. And power has what got Mount Pleasant in the lead here. They just literally bulldozed their way through the off-tackle edge and straight up the middle, getting that power eye, and just said, okay, we're backing off our ears and coming at you. We dare you to stop us.
Yeah, some of those Mount Pleasant middle offensive linemen, led by center 55 8th grader Brody Fields, I mean, they have some size to them, and that's what you're talking about, running power. I think that all starts with the linemen and, just getting a good push, creating those running lanes. And if I'm Mount Pleasant, I'm focusing on that. They had a couple, big pop plays too in the second quarter, but I just want to wear Spring Hill down. You got the size advantage on them. You just run power often.
Yeah, big thing is going to keep McGowan from getting his big plays and making Spring Hill move themselves methodically down the field, and then you've got to move methodically down the field yourself to get control of this game. So, again, the winner of this game will face the winner between Whitthorne and Columbia Academy. Have not heard a score on their game yet.
I was looking for it, didn't quite find it.
Couldn't find a report on that. So
we can't find our teams.
But looking at the radar, I think the rain has basically run its course, and some clear skies behind us at this point. The rain, I don't think, is going to be a big factor from here on out.
Nope.
The wet field, possibly. The ball getting wet for hitting the field, possibly, will be an issue. But outside of that, the rain itself is not going to be a big problem. So, again, we're here at halftime. The score, Mount Pleasant 16, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after we hear from some more of our sponsors. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
We thrive here at Merchandise Marketplace to give our customers the best experience, quality, and price. Anything from auto supply, tools and garden, to furniture, home decor, and self-care. Don't miss our daily deals Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Our doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your finds await at 1412 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia, Tennessee, Suite 20.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we are back here. We're in an extended halftime. Actually, we're in a lightning delay. Some lightning has been detected within a 10-mile radius of the field. So out of abundance of precaution, they're going to have a lightning delay here. We're about 10 to 15 minutes into a delay right now. The delay is a mandatory 30 minutes. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put a Be Right Back screen up. And we're going to take a little bit of a break here and stretch our legs and wait for this. We will come back in time for the kickoff.
I think about 15, 20 minutes.
The 15, 20 minutes. We ask you to come back. Keep checking. If you see the Be Right Back, we're still in the delay. If you see the field on the screen, that means we're back and we're ready to roll. So, again, you're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. We're going into a lightning delay. We'll be back in a few minutes. And we are back now after that extended halftime break due to a lightning delay. And we're getting ready here for the second half kickoff. Spring Hill will be receiving the ball. And Seth, this is a real important series for the Mount Pleasant defense.
Yeah. I think you're spot on with that. If Mount Pleasant can get a 3 and out, or maybe let them move the ball a little bit and get off the field and have them punt it again, then it's looking awfully good for Mount Pleasant, because I just trust that offense for Mount Pleasant to go down the field and score more points. Really, I think Spring Hill's fortunate that they're not down by more. Those turnovers.
And I think that's one of the things that the coaches, they had a good long time down there to think about it, talk about it with each other, talk about it with their players. I think one of the things you'll see is Mount Pleasant, at least I hope, you'll see Mount Pleasant, when they get the ball, will just turn back to that power game. But the defense, the defense is going to have to do their job and make sure that McGowan doesn't get loose. Spring Hill, on the other hand, they're going to do everything they can to get him cut loose and in the open field.
Yeah.
And so they want it to turn into a foot race, because they know he's probably faster than anybody we've got in our defensive backfield to chase him down.
Yeah, Jarrett and McGowan are going to be back. I would say back deep for Spring Hill, but that's not entirely true.
Well, McGowan's in the middle back there.
No one goes back too deep on these middle school kickoffs.
Well, they just can't kick it. Okay, we're getting started, and they changed it just a little bit, having a little different kick, and almost an onside. And there's a scramble. Spring Hill looks like they fell upon it.
That was big 57 Xavier Dobbins kicking the ball with an offensive tackle for Mount Pleasant.
They made it look like they were going to kick over here to the left side, and then all of a sudden the kicker stopped, and they kicked it straight ahead, trying to catch Spring Hill shifting over. Spring Hill did a good job of covering the ball. So now Spring Hill takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line here in this beginning of this third quarter. We've got 3 receivers to the right. Got a running back to the right of McGowan. He sets up for a pass, looks for a post pattern right there, and a catch with a big collision. Catch by number 3, Malik Baxter for Spring Hill.
Heck of a catch.
Good pass there by McGowan. It's going to be 2nd and about 2. Pretty good play by the defensive back right there, coming up and making a big lick, trying to shake the ball out of him. I believe that was DeMonte Gilbert.
There wasn't a whole lot of separation there, and Baxter for Spring Hill just went in there and got it and got down. That was good. It
was a good lick.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got, again, 2 receivers to the right, 3 in the backfield, and a fumble, and
that's Mount Pleasant ball.
Mount Pleasant ball. Fumbled the snap, and Mount Pleasant falls on it, and the big turnover that Mount Pleasant needed has happened. Looked like number 34 for Mount Pleasant, looked like it was him that fell on it.
Xavier Ray, I believe. Let's take a look at it.
See if you can catch the number here. Just a bad snap, and McGowan isn't able to get this. And kind of hard to tell right there.
I believe it was number 34, Xavier Ray.
Okay, so Mount Pleasant at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10, power I backfield. And a power to the right side to Webster, and he just bulldozes his way for about 7 yards. Exactly what Mount Pleasant needs to do right there. Just keep bulldozing that way through there until Spring Hill commits enough people to stop it. 2nd and 3 at the 43 of Spring Hill. Big first down play right there for, and again, I think we're going to see a heavy dose of this power I offense.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Same play right there to the right side, and again, he gets a bulldoze, gets a big push from the line, and he's going to get at least 10, 12 yards on that. It's going to be a first down for Mount Pleasant with 6 minutes and 28 seconds in this third quarter.
I don't know if Spring Hill has the bodies to stop this.
Really just a good job by the by the Mount Pleasant line. And again, it's one of those things, you run it until they stop it here.
Yeah.
Again, full house backfield. This time back to the right side, do the same thing. Now he gets a little bit of a seam outside, gets a hole, breaks it outside.
Oh, there's a flag.
And they carry him out of bounds, and then a lick out of bounds. And he gets a first down. That was Webster. He's a little slow getting up. Like he might have got twisted, just got his knee twisted or something like that. He's trying to walk it off.
We're going to get an unnecessary
So we're going
roughness.
to get an unnecessary roughness for a late hit out of bounds against Spring Hill. Didn't see who was involved in that play across the field here. But that's going to put Mount Pleasant in great field position at about the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 11.
With this rushing attack, you feel awfully confident if you're Mount Pleasant to punch it in from the 11.
You just keep powering it in. They've run the same play. They've run one play this whole half.
Yeah.
It's been an off-tackle power to the right. And again, looks like they're set up for the same play right here. And again, this time they fake it, they bootleg out. And Spring Hill stayed home looking for that. And you have Amos. It's a little bit slow getting up on that.
That was number 50, Emilio Aracega for Spring Hill Middle, who with the takedown.
And Amos does not get back up after that tackle.
He's hurting.
Not real sure what the situation is here. So we're going to take an injury timeout and hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
We're back. Not real sure what happened with Ja'Kai Amos right there, but he walked off the field under his own power, though kind of slowly. Got Deontay Webster now behind center. Direct snap to him. Off tackle power to the right side. Basically going to run the same play. This time there's not going to have a quarterback to hand it to him. They're just going to direct snap to him. It's the same play that they had running, and looks like Amos is going to come back into the game here. So good to see him back in and kind of work that out a little bit. It's going to be it's going to end up being about 3rd and 7 down here at the 8-yard line. They can get a first down at the 1. And again, the power to Webster, finds a little seam, cuts up inside, and just keeps driving. He's dragging people with him. He refuses to go down, gets close to the first down at the 1 yard line or 2 yard line. A great power run right there by Webster, just willing himself forward.
Let's take another look at it real quick. That was chugging. He was chugging towards the end zone.
Gets a little bit of a seam, gets a hold, and then tries to bounce it off to the left. And he gets pushed. They call him down at about the 2 yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 2 yard line. And we have, just a really tough run. He had a good hold to start with and then tried to cut it back to his left. We have a timeout on the field, so with 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the third quarter, we have Mount Pleasant 16, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Mount Pleasant is on the drive. They got 4th and 1 at the Spring Hill 2 yard line. Again, just what the doctor ordered. They got an early turnover on the second play from scrimmage at the 50 yard line, and they've gotten into their power set and just bulldozed the ball down the field and said, Spring Hill, stop me if you can.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is going to be the test here. 4th and 1. Can you pick up this yard? Can you even get it in the end zone? This is a big play.
Yeah, Webster's been the workhorse for this series. They tried to do a little bootleg off of a handoff from him and didn't work very well. And the quarterback sneak, push, and they get a good move. Looks like it at least had the first down, and they're in for the touchdown. Touchdown, the Tigers, with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Now what will end up being a commanding lead. They're going to have to make sure that they keep Spring Hill from getting any big plays, but if they can make Spring Hill drive the ball, they're going to be in command of this game from here on out.
Yeah, that was just, if they prescribed to what you said at half, Coach, just a hard-nosed power football kind of between the tackles, every once in a while jumping outside, but they were able to move that ball with relative ease.
So the score now sits at 22-8. Pending this 2-point conversion attempt. And they go back to what got him there. Power, and this time Spring Hill meets him in the backfield, but there is a flag on the play. May have gotten a face mask in that tackle right there.
Yeah, Deontay Webster came out of that play hot, and he was, you could tell from here, he was yelling at 50 for Spring Hill, Emilio Arcega.
Yeah, Bryson Turner kind of got in front of him and said, hey, back up to the huddle. I think they caught it.
Let's see what the head ref here says.
Personal foul, face mask. So they're going to move half the distance to the goal, and they're going to get to try that again. Going to make the try again. I would expect to see something very similar off of that, or maybe even go back to the tush-push quarterback sneak as close as they're going to end up.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, you've had good luck just moving it a few inches up, and that's all you need here. So,
got to have about 1.5 yards on this play.
We haven't seen that play utilized at the high school level this year, I don't believe.
Well, it's a lot harder to run than people think it is. You got to get low. The team that gets lower is going to win that, and it's hard sometimes for that to happen. And that's exactly what it is. A quarterback sneak, and they just bulldoze him into the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is good. So it's 4 minutes and 13 seconds in the third quarter. Mount Pleasant 24, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after these messages. We're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
We're here at Mount Pleasant High School for the Murray County Middle School Football Playoffs. First round matchup between Mount Pleasant Middle School and Spring Hill Middle School. Mount Pleasant has just taken a commanding 24-8 lead with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Seth, just what the doctor ordered. Quick turnover and then bulldoze down the field. Kick and fumble on the kickoff return. Kamani McGowan tried to make something happen, tried to come up and quick and jump up and get that ball and try to get a running start before the Mount Pleasant cover team could get to him, and didn't quite make the catch on it. Almost gave the ball back to Mount Pleasant. Spring Hill was able to get on it, though. So they'll have 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Almost a huge, huge break for Mount Pleasant. Two receivers to the right. One to the left. Motion. Give it to number 4 on the way out. And a great play. Knifing through there is number 50. By number 50. And that is Micah Evans. Shot the gap right there and made a huge play on Camden Jarrett on a jet sweep right there. Because if he'd gotten outside on that, it would have been a foot race. Great, great play. Now it's going to be 2nd and about 18. So a big, big play right there.
That's a big loss.
Now, Spring Hill kind of taking their time in the huddle here, trying to make sure they've got everything right. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. And they hand it off. And a big hit right there. Tackle made. That's by the tackle's made there by Amos. Coming up from his linebacker, outside linebacker position, makes a big hit right there on the Mount Pleasant running back, I believe. On the Spring Hill running back, I believe that was Zion Johnson that was carrying the ball right there. So now it's going to be 3rd and 15. Big thing here is you don't let any receivers, you don't let the receivers behind you, and you don't let McGowan get loose. You got to keep him in front of you. Straight drop back. They're looking for a crossing pattern, and it's intercepted by number 22, DeMontes Gilbert.
Oh, wrong way, buddy.
And he's trying to get around. Got to make sure he hangs on to the ball right there. Pushed out of bounds by number 14, Jay Valentine. But a huge, huge turnover there by Gilbert. A big, big play there, turning the ball over and giving the Mount Pleasant offense the ball back again.
Let's take a look at it, Mike.
He has time.
He overthrows him.
Overthrows his receiver, and that's the one thing you don't want to do is overthrow your receiver in the middle of the field. Gilbert makes that. He's just trying to get around. Big thing right there. Just take.
Yeah, he's got some speed, but
take the, take the possession and go down right there and protect the ball. So, Mount Pleasant ball on their own 42-yard line. Again, the power I. And again, they give it to Webster off the right side, having a lot of success with that play. This time they only get about 3 yards on that play. But it's still a successful play.
I think they're happy with that ground and pound game that you prescribed.
We'll see if they can stay with it. One of the things that you kind of have to talk yourself into staying with this situation, because you keep thinking, man, they're gonna do something. They're gonna do something. We got to fool them, and we really don't have to fool them right here. We just got to beat them up. And this time they come to the left side, and he gets an edge. He gets out on the edge right there, and keeps pushing and keeps driving and keeps driving. Takes about 3 Spring Hill tacklers with him. Finally brought down by number 14, Jay Valentine, but Webster working, and working down up that left sideline.
And we see it right here. He just gets that edge, and then he kind of lowers the boom there.
And just drags people with him.
He gives Jay Valentine business.
Will not go down easy. So now it's 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the 38-yard line of Spring Hill. If they can push this one in, you can pretty well put the nail in the coffin. Spring Hill is going to have to do some drastic things, and that's tough for a middle school team to do.
How much time do we have left in the third quarter?
Got 1 minute and 7 seconds and counting. He stayed in bounds. Again, a smart play on his part, on Webster's part. This time they give it to the fullback, and he gets a good push forward.
He kept them feet chugging.
Kept the feet moving. That, kind of rewarding number 59, Caleb Hurth, for being a good lead blocker right there. Kind of giving that give him the taste of the ball there a little bit.
The fullback road.
And you never know. Sometimes they slip through. 2nd and 6. Again, a good 4-yard gain. They just keep staying with this and stay patient. This is exactly what they need to do. You got 26 seconds and counting. Give it to Webster on the left side this time. He gets another seam, and again, does not go down easy. Hangs on to the foot. The Spring Hill defense is clawing and clawing at the ball once they get him stood up right there.
You need to make sure you're holding that bad boy tight.
They're all trying to get for it. He gets another first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the 23-yard line. The clock is going to be running with 13 seconds left in the third quarter.
I think that'll do it.
And it's exactly what Mount Pleasant needed to do. They're just going to let the clock run out here. So at the end of 3, you got Mount Pleasant 24, Spring Hill 8. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
We're here in the at the beginning of the fourth quarter in this first round playoff game in the Murray County Middle School football playoff between Mount Pleasant and Spring Hill Middle Schools. Mount Pleasant has a commanding lead, 24-8, with the quarter left to go, and they're driving again. 2 big turnovers in this half have really helped Mount Pleasant take control of this game.
Yeah. I mean, Mount Pleasant is in the driver's seat, and they're looking good, and this would just be icing on the cake, wouldn't it, just to punch it in here.
And I think we're going to see a big dose of Webster again off tackle. This time they go back to the fullback, and he lowers his shoulder and runs through several.
They're not taking them down anymore. These guys are finishing plays standing up.
And that was Caleb Hurth playing fullback right there. And they're kind of giving Webster a little bit of a break. He's been carrying the load here for a little while. And Caleb Hurth moves the pile. He's met there by about half of the Spring Hill defense, and he just pushed them back for a first down. So it's 1st and 10 at the 13 and a half, 14-yard line. And it looks like somebody has called a timeout. I did not see the signal as to who called it. There's an injury timeout back there. Okay, he's got a Spring Hill guy down. Looks, trying to see if they're getting him up here yet or if they're still looking at him. Can't tell who it is with the angle where we're from. While we're waiting for him, you had a score at halftime for the Whitthorne CA game. I think it.
Whitthorne was comfortably in the lead at that time. This is a little bit dated, but we had Whitthorne up with a score of 27-6. Thank you, Ashley Cooper, for sending that one in right now. I don't have the.
And they were in the middle of a lightning delay themselves at that point. I have a feeling they're probably playing again, and we'll if we get any other information. We still have the injury man down injured for Spring Hill, so we're going to take an injury timeout right here and hear from some of our sponsors. Again, it is Mount Pleasant 24, Spring Hill 8. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. And we're trying to get the number of the young man that was down for Spring Hill. Looks like he's walking off under his own power, so that's a good sign. Again, you don't ever want to see a young man get hurt in these games, though we all know, everybody knows the risks when they take the field. Can't get a number clearly right now, so we'll let you know as soon as we can. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant.
We're going back to a huddle
at the Spring Hill.
They're calling a penalty on Spring Hill. I don't know what that was, Coach. I didn't catch it.
May have been before the injury timeout, and they're just now enforcing it, waiting for them to take care of their ball player. So there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call probably late after that play. Spring Hill's kind of getting frustrated here with this power game. Again, Mount Pleasant lines up in the 2 tight ends, power I. And the referees are making sure they get the spot right here. And it's going to be 1st and about 4 from about the 7-yard line. And again, another stoppage.
Not sure.
And I think the Spring Hill coach was wanting an explanation. I think he was concerned about his ball player and didn't get an explanation. All of a sudden he looks up and he's getting marked off. So he's trying to get an explanation about what happened. Honestly, I didn't see what happened either. Probably something said at the end of the play or something.
It looked like it might have been an unsportsmanlike. Yeah, it was getting a little chippy as the game's gone on.
Okay, power I. Webster to the right side, bounces off and walks easily into the end. Whoa, and we got a couple of guys getting tangled up there. And a flag comes in after the play is over. Webster gets in easily.
Little chippy. Let's check that replay out while we're waiting for them to sort things out. He just hits that off right tackle and just waltzes it in the end zone.
No real opposition right there. What happens, you see a couple of guys right there at the left of your screen get tangled up, and I think what initially happened is a face mask got hung up in some shoulder pads, and as they got up, again, with the frustration being as it is, they kind of pushed each other off. Now, I don't know who that penalty is going to be called on, and it may be offsetting penalties, but and somebody called a timeout. Probably a good thing to kind of calm everybody down.
Yeah, let's just take a few minutes.
Take a minute here to cool off. But now with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game, Spring Hill is in, Mount Pleasant is in complete control of this game right now.
Personal fouls on both teams.
Okay. And then a sideline, probably a sideline warning, just to throw in for good measure, keep everybody back.
Yeah. I mean,
I think some of the players maybe got a little bit excited when he scored that touchdown, knowing how big a play it was, and they came running up the field to celebrate.
Hey, Spring Hill hung tough for a few quarters tonight. I mean, we knew going in that Mount Pleasant was kind of a juggernaut this year. They haven't lost, and they put up a lot of points against a good Whitthorne team. And Spring Hill hung really tough, forced some turnovers, and were beneficiaries of some turnovers. And now it's just that you're starting to see the disparity in size and maybe a little bit of talent out there.
But Coach Holland said that this was going to be their plan, was to – okay, did they take the points? Okay, trying to get an explanation of what's going on here.
They were
the penalty
dead
was
ball
after,
fouls.
Yeah, the penalty was after the play.
Another flag.
Oh, no. Now the referees are starting to get a little bit touchy.
Chippy, yeah. Well.
And they throw a flag all the way over here to the sideline against Coach Pickett.
Come on, guys. We got to get out of here with the.
And I don't know. I think they're disallowing the touchdown.
Might
the
be the second.
The referee that threw the flags coming over here to talk to Coach Pickett, and
that might be the second unsportsmanlike on the.
But it's not on the bench. So as long as it's not on the bench, the coach can stay in the game.
Touchdown.
Okay, the touchdown is counted. So the touchdown will be counted. The play is after, but how they're going to mark this off is going to be interesting.
Well, it's getting loud here in Mount Pleasant.
And the bootleg, they fake the power of the bootleg. He's looking for a pass, and he throws it, and it's knocked down. The pass attempt was to Kyle Sweat, and it was knocked down by Mount Pleasant's, I believe it was number two or number 3. Either Zion Johnson or Malik Baxter knocked down, but
it's on the very extreme of our camera range, so we didn't get a great shot of it, but it looked like he had a fighting shot, and it couldn't come down with it. But really, you're up 22 points.
Ja'Kai Amos put it right on him, but honestly, the Spring Hill defender did a good job knocking it down. So with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game, it is Mount Pleasant 30, Spring Hill 8. Now we're going to see exactly how all these flags are going to be actually enforced. And not real sure how this is going to play out. We're just going to have to wait and see how it's going to go. I think Coach Pickett realized, once Coach Pickett was assured that the touchdown was going to be counted, he backed away real quick.
Yeah.
Did not want to get any more penalties. I think referees got tired of him, hollering about what about the touchdown, what about the touchdown, and under the circumstances, I think they. Well, there was nothing marked off. So.
Getting late here.
And now we have a kick over here, number 14.
Taking it the long way.
Jay Valentine tries to take it back across the field and doesn't get much of a return.
He ran a long way.
We were about 3 yards offsides on that kick.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't get a flag on that.
I didn't notice that.
But it was. I'm kind of surprised that Spring Hill coaches, I think, they need the ball. They don't need any more time running off the clock. So they're not gonna say anything about it. But
it's gonna be interesting to see the Spring Hill offense work down 22 with limited time left here. See what they're gonna focus on. They haven't really had the ball a whole lot in the second half.
They're gonna have to try to get McGowan loose somehow, some way.
We just haven't seen a whole lot of them since really the second quarter.
So 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Option to the right, and he breaks the tackle in the backfield. He gets himself some space, but he's tackled by number 7, Barrett Robinette from Mount Pleasant. This will be 2nd down and 7. Looked like he got away right there. He had initial penetration that stopped the option play. He didn't want to pitch it, and so he tried to reverse his field. And Mount Pleasant did a good job staying home on the reversal. So now we have 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line. We got 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Straight drop back. He's looking, throws it deep in here, and it is caught by number 4.
Goodness.
Catch and a fumble on the play, and Mount Pleasant covers the ball on that. Number 4, Camden Jarrett, made a great catch on a great pass by McGowan.
Keep your head up, Camden.
Really just picked it up off the helmet.
Let's take a look at it, Coach Mike.
Gilbert covered the ball after he stripped it from him. Again, you see he has time to throw it, cranks up, throws it.
McCowan's got a cannon.
And he makes a really good catch with pretty good coverage right there. Just a height difference. But Gilbert doesn't give up on the play. And evidently they called him down because Spring Hill still has possession of the ball at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal right at the 10. We're doing all that looking at the replay and didn't realize they called him down, so it's no fumble.
Oh, okay.
No fumble on the play. Spring Hill has it 1st and goal at the Mount Pleasant 10, and direct snap.
He's got that.
And they got outside.
Yellow shoes, Mr. Arcega.
But they had an illegal motion. I thought I saw the Mount Pleasant player. Did you get the replay on that?
I did.
You see, you look over to the right, you see a Spring Hill player move a little bit early right there.
Oh, 4. Yeah,
and
number 4. You're right.
The direct snap right there kind of fooled Mount Pleasant and caught him. But 4 was adjusting himself to his position, and that's an illegal motion. So that takes the touchdown off the board.
It's really been that kind of second half for Spring Hill
Yeah,
tonight.
just a couple of tough breaks to make a good play right there. So now Mount Pleasant's defense, it's got to be 1st and goal, but the ball is at the 15-yard line now. Again, snap to the pistol to the backup, short. That was, again, number 50, Emilio Arcega, trying that play again to the other side. Doesn't get much traction this time. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 14-yard line. The only gain of 1 yard on that play. Again, one of those things, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yep.
You know, they were looking for him that time and weren't going to get fooled by that quick snap again. So now Spring Hill, basically, again, they're going to put it in the hands of Kamani McGowan. They almost have to. He's their playmaker. He's the one that tries, that's been making the plays for him all year long. And a quick pitch out here to number 2, going around the right side. He shakes off a couple of tackles. Good hard run by Zion Johnson.
Careful.
Good quick pitch out to the right side. He gets out to the right and makes a good run up to about the 2-yard line. Shook off a couple of tackles. And Spring Hill is kind of frustrated. Evidently there was a kind of a late hit. There's seemingly possibly a late hit, but I don't see any flags on the field right now. Do you?
No. I saw the hit too, and I said be careful because it was questionable, and they did not throw the flag on that.
Okay, so evidently the play was still going. So it's going to be 2nd or 3rd and goal at about the 3.5 yard line. Again, called a timeout here to take care of, and it wasn't the young man carrying the ball. Malik Baxter, I believe, was carrying the ball, or Zion Johnson was carrying the ball. And I'm not. Okay, maybe. Okay, it is. Okay, it is
Zion.
Johnson that's down over there. So
he's played a hard game.
Again, it's been a physical game, and looks like he's going to. Well, he's getting up, so we'll be coming. We're going to stay right here then.
It's a nice round of applause from the Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
And
again, a physical game, and
there's been some hot pops out there. There's been some good.
And again, Spring Hill's rapidly seeing their season coming to an end here, and they're kind of getting frustrated a little bit. What we're going to have to be careful about is falling into, we're going to have to keep our composure and not do anything stupid in retaliation.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Pickett's telling them, maintain your composure and finish the game.
So with 4 minutes and 41 seconds, you got 3rd and goal at the 3. And snap directly to
got it.
And this time Johnson does get in for the touchdown. And
what are they? Flag?
there's a young man down on the side. Looks like he got kind of pancaked in somebody for
it's a flag.
For Spring Hill finished a block off. Illegal procedure against Spring Hill, and that takes the touchdown off the board again.
They cannot buy a break down here.
Were you able to get that?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir. I was confused.
We
I
were
was looking
trying to
for the
figure out-
flag. I'm seeing a motion boil over on the Spring
So
Hill
we have
sideline,
another
and they
timeout,
just got
and
flagged.
Again, they just got flagged again.
Zion Johnson is having a difficult time.
And
right
so
now.
we're going to take a break right here, and they're going to take a timeout. You're going to try to get these teams calmed down. We're going to take a break here. It is Mount Pleasant 30, Zion, Spring Hill.
It's getting late, school night.
4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the game. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Okay, we're coming back.
Got 3rd down and 7. 3rd and goal from the 7. Direct snap to McGowan. He tries to outrun him, has to give some ground, but he does clear the containment.
Another flag.
And another flag, and this one may be on the play. Number 12.
They're throwing the balls.
Number 62. Number 62 for Spring Hill, way behind the play, blocked Ja'Kai Amos, and they're going to get a call here for unnecessary roughness. Now, the question is, are they going to allow the touchdown, or was it during the play? If it was during the play, the touchdown's not allowed.
I believe the Spring Hill player threw the ball all the way back here at the 47-yard line too, and there's laundry all over the field. I think there's a cleat on the 3-yard line someone threw. It's getting kind of ugly. I hate to say that about a middle school game. I'd like not to say that.
Yeah, the feeling
but
is
the composure is not being held by the Spring Hill middle school generals right now. They need to hold their head high and get out of here.
And what we've got to be careful is make sure that we don't lose our composure on our sideline and lose our composure on our side of the field, but also protect yourself.
Yeah,
and
you got to get out of here.
One of the things you see somebody coming, because they're probably, they kind of look at it like they don't have much to lose anymore, and they're going to try to make it to where we can't go next week. So what we've got to do is make sure we take care of ourselves and that we maintain our composure out there. Don't let their antics get us in trouble.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of maybe possible ejections here. Touchdown's good.
Okay, they do count the touchdown, so they're going to call it that it was the penalty was after the play. So, okay, so personal foul, Spring Hill, and they did eject the ball player. They did see the signal by the head referee there, the player being ejected from the game. And this try, okay, now the white hat signaled
try from
that the touchdown was good. So the try now for the extra point is going to be from the 33-yard line for the 2-point conversion.
Well, if they get it from here, Mike, they deserve it.
And again, you can't relax. Can't relax in this situation, but you also got to make sure you maintain your composure. 2 points here are not going to hurt us that much, but at the same time, you don't want to just give up anything. So for the try,
did you catch who got? Was it the quarterback?
No, it was the man that made the block back here. Don't know, 66. Number 2 carries the ball to the right side. gets around the first contain, but the second contain comes in and makes the play. Number 4, Kyle Sweat, makes the tackle for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. And so with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left, it is Mount Pleasant 30, Spring Hill 14. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
We're back, and we see Coach Pickett has decided to put caution out here. He's got a bunch of young guys out here to receive this kickoff. Well, I take that. I say a bunch of young guys. Just as I say that,
Amos comes
out. So, okay, so now they signal the kick is going to be enforced. The penalty is going to be enforced on the kick as well.
My goodness. This game has significantly slowed.
And it is getting really strange. The referees here, I'm afraid, are on the edge of losing this game, losing control of this game. And I think they're desperately trying to get it back.
And desperately try to get this game in because we do have lightning coming into the area.
So Spring Hill's going to be kicking from their 25-yard line. And it's kicked back. Number 13 catches it, turns around, gives the ball to 22, and he gets a seam. He's got one man to beat, and he stays on it. If he stays in bounds, he's going to score, and he gets the touchdown on the return. DeMontes Gilbert gets the touchdown on the turn, caught by number 13, turn around, and he hands him
more laundry.
And now we see again.
I got the replay.
Some talking going on back and forth between players. See, the kick goes to number 13. He turns around and hands it off to Gilbert, who gets a big block right there at the point of attack, and then it becomes a foot race. He gets the seam, gets a nice block here from Amos.
Really a beautiful kick return.
And so, again, with just a few seconds, 4 minutes and 10 seconds now left in the game. Again, the points have not been put up on the board.
Oh, if that was that had to be a dead ball foul.
Okay, they called an illegal blindside block.
Oh, that was so late. Okay.
And they flagged him. Evidently, they flagged him at the 24-yard line. Again, the one thing, they flagged him a little bit earlier. Surely they didn't call number 19 on that because that was not an illegal blindside block.
We can replay it again if you'd like, Coach.
They're getting ready to snap the ball here. So it's 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the Spring Hill 26-yard line. Got a couple of young guys in the backfield. Amos still under center. They give the ball to the fullback. Hurth, I believe, and he just bowls over the Spring Hill defense.
We're used to saying plunk it on Friday nights with that kind of run. That's not plunk it.
But now it's 1st and 10 Tigers. Again, you're going to see a heavy dose of the power game right there. I think they're going to keep the ball out of Webster's and Amos's hands just for the safety of getting through this game, getting this game over with.
Yeah.
So at least I would think that's going to be the plan. So the ball's at the 15.5-yard line. Again, power I. Turns around, gives it to Gilbert again. And he bowls and bumbles and stumbles, as a TV announcer would say. Gets down to about the 6-yard line. It's not Gilbert, it's Hurth. Excuse me. That was Hurth. on the play, and the clock is running with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Mount Pleasant again on the move. The touchdown, the touchdown return was waved off for an illegal block. So
it was a pretty return too.
Again, the power eye. Again, they give it to the fullback, Hirth.
He might have got the
this time. He got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal at about the. We're going to see them where they mark it at about the 4-yard line. Hirth got the first down on that. They're probably just going to keep just pounding it here, let the clock keep running. 2 minutes, 35 seconds, and running. Just going to keep pounding. If they score, they scored. If they not, they're not going to get too worried about it.
No, I don't.
I think once they get past the time where they can take a knee, they probably will.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think it's a terrible idea to start taking knees.
Well, they're not too far. They're not far enough into the game yet to be able to close it down. And Hirth tries to get into the end zone, gets hung up at about the 2-yard line. They're giving him a chance, probably hoping to, giving him a chance to score because he's been leading. He's been doing a great job lead blocking, and you kind of want to hang a bone out there for your lead blockers when you can. So it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line, and my guess is we're going to see Hirth get the ball again.
Yeah, they seem dead set on getting him that touchdown, and he's worked for it. Good for him. We just don't want any tempers flaring for the rest of this game.
Just got to keep our composure while we're out there playing. You don't ever want to quit playing. While you're out there, you're playing. Hirth again gets the call.
He's in there,
and
right?
Pushes in and touchdown. Touchdown Mount Pleasant Tigers. Caleb Hirth on a fullback dive just bulldozes into the end zone and puts the final nail on this coffin. So with 1:27 left, Mount Pleasant takes the lead 36-14.
Yeah, it looks, there's some emotions for Spring Hill.
Some frustration for Spring Hill. And
young men, it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose.
Well, when you had such a good year and you worked so hard to get here, and then to get to lose a game like this, and the way that they lost it, just being bulldozed over, it's tough to take sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are middle schoolers too.
And again, this time,
the
2-point conversion is good. Number 24, Wesley Krim gets the carry for the 2-point conversion. So with a minute 27 seconds left in the game, it is Mount Pleasant 38, Spring Hill 14. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
And we're back here for the last 1 minute and 27 seconds left in this game. Mount Pleasant taking a commanding lead here, it's going to be a convincing victory over Spring Hill Middle School Generals in the semifinal game of the Murray County Middle School Football Playoff. It's coming out in the second half and just literally bulldozed their way through Spring Hill's defense.
Yeah, and that's what you said needed to happen, and maybe Coach Pickett was listening. I say that in jest, but that's what they did.
Yeah, they just come out and took control of the line of scrimmage and said, we're going to run this play until you stop it.
I don't know if they threw a pass in the second half.
And the game administrator, Mr. Edie, brought something to the attention of the referee. Not real sure.
Well, I've got a guess here. I've got a guess. And they're coming off. Does that have anything to do with electricity in the air?
Oh, really?
Well, it came up on my phone a few minutes ago, Mike.
And I think they're going to call Coach Amos over for that. Okay, yeah, I think what you're saying is Coach Edie is saying that, hey, we've got a lightning alert here. We're going to end up with a 30-minute delay here, and they're talking to the coaches. This game is decided.
You don't want to stay for more football?
Well, but I have a feeling what the option he's saying, this game is decided, Coach, if you just want to, call it here because it's going to be 30 minutes to play a minute and 27 off. And so they're talking about it. Both coaches have to agree to that situation. And so it kind of falls upon the Spring Hill coach to agree or disagree with that. I don't know what they're going to.
I don't want to speculate on the conversation, but it looked.
Yeah, he's going back to talk to his coaches about it, and I think this is a good move on his part. He's going to consult with his coaching staff, talk about the circumstances, talk about the situation.
He was very proud of his team when we talked
and deservedly so.
Yeah, very proud of his team.
His team, he's got a good football team, and they played hard and played well. This time, Mount Pleasant was just stronger. Was just the stronger team.
Yeah.
And they showed that.
Handshake.
They showed, okay, the two coaches shake hands. I think this game's going to end up being called due to lightning. The referees are making their way off the field as well. So I think with the lightning delay going to be a 30-minute, the coaches have agreed to just call the game here with the final score being 38-14. The Mount Pleasant Tigers win in this first round of the Murray County Middle School football tournament. They're going to play the winner of the Whitthorne and CA game, which we
assume it's Whitthorne.
It's going to be Whitthorne.
Unless there was a dramatic comeback.
Okay, dramatic comeback. So we're going to hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll come back to wrap this all up tonight. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant Stadium for this, the game in this first round playoff game goes to Mount Pleasant by the score of 38 to 14, excuse me. Again, just a overwhelming power, display of power by the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Came out in the second half, got a couple of big turnovers early, and they were able to just decide at that point. Coach Pickett said, they have not stopped our power game yet. I don't think they can stop our power game. And he just went in and basically ran one play over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And just basically in a sense, broke the will of the Spring Hill Middle School Generals. And you saw towards the end of the game, some frustration boiling over from a team that fought hard. Coach Amos has a lot to be proud of with this Spring Hill team. They're a good football team, and they're going to be good in years to come. They got some work to do as far as size and strength, and that will come. But a lot for this team to be proud of. On the other hand, Mount Pleasant, it's on a roll.
Yeah,
and they're showing some dominance.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Coach. Mount Pleasant is a juggernaut right now, having beat Whitthorne last week convincingly, and then convincingly beat Spring Hill Middle this week. I mean, they're the team to beat. They're going to have the target on them going into the finals, and they look great. They look great tonight. And they get the ball control under control. Don't turn it over.
And the defense did what they had to do. They made sure that McGowan did not beat them. And the other couple of players made a couple of big plays. But McGowan, they did not let McGowan beat him, and that's what they had to do here. So looking at this, the player of the game, I think is going to be kind of obvious. Deontay Webster basically took over the second half. They just put the game on his shoulders, on his line's shoulders. I think a hearty second to his offensive line, giving him the seams, but he also ran extremely hard. He got to the second level, and then it took 5 and 6 people to bring him down once he got up into that second level of the defense. And so for his efforts tonight, we congratulate Deontay Webster as the player of the game.
Unanimous decision.
And I'm not real sure when the finals will be played.
But stay tuned to the socials.
Stay tuned to Middle Tennessee Sports today. And, they'll be talking about it during the week, and we'll let you know as soon as we can. So, Seth, it's been fun.
Hey, we got a middle school game under our belt now.
Got a middle school game here. We'll be back here Friday night for the game between Mount Pleasant High School and Lewis County.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another region tilt for the undefeated Mount Pleasant Tigers. So
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be back again at 6 o'clock, or excuse me, 6:55 with a 7 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. For Seth Campbell, this is Mike Lyle.